Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Ya. Está bien, voy a ver mi directo, ¿no? Talkers idiomas. Bate Papo con Jordi do México. ¿Qué Bate Papo?
Hablar?
Ah, ok. Bate Papo. Chat. Bate Papo means chatting. Thanks. Thanks, Marina. Okay, there are 5 people. Yep. Okay, good night, Farroupilhas. How are you? My name is Jordi. I am the new intercambista here at Talkers, Farroupilhas. And today we're going to have a workshop about how to traveling on a budget. Cómo viajar barato, okay? So, thanks for everyone to be here. And I am going to start this presentation, this workshop. If you have any questions, you can put it there in the live chat, please, and I will answer all of them. And if you have any questions, just send a message to Talkers Idiomas or to any girl here in the front desk, or also on my Instagram, on my social networks, and you are going to see them. Okay, so this presentation, I'm going to put it like in 5 points. The first one is decide where to go, searching for flights, accommodation, uh, transport, and all the recommendations that you are going to have. Okay, that I want to give it to you. So the first one is decide where to go. If you want to travel on a budget, the first thing that you need to know is where you want to go. Okay, so first you need to plan where you want to go and where you want to stay. Okay, if you have flexible dates, that would be the best because that allows you to move the dates in order to have better results and more affordable results in accommodation and flight searching. Okay, so the first point is decide where to go. That is going to be one of the important points. So the second one is searching for flights. You need to search for flights. How you are going to search for flights? You need to open an incognito mode. Okay, ventana de incógnito. I am not sure how it's in Portuguese, but you need to open an incognito window in order to look for or to search some flights or accommodation. Also, if you can change your VPN to another country, or if you can check your what's the name of this? Do it in incognito window, okay? That is you need to clear the cookies. Clear the cookies of your computer before searching for any flight, okay? So the next one is you need to search for flights. There are some big um, pages that those pages the objective of these pages are to look for cheapest flight in on the internet. So those pages are Momondo, Skyscanner, and Kiwi. So these three pages are at least the best ones, and I use them to find cheap flights and cheap offers about renting a car, flights, and also accommodation. Also, some travel experts recommend that you need to book in advance. You need to book like 8 weeks in advance if you want to go to another country. So, for example, if you are going to travel in December, you need to book like maybe in November or half October in order to get the best prices of flights, okay? And also the day when you search the flight, it's really important, and also the hour. So if you can search the flight on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, it's going to be better because you are going to have more possibilities of having a good deal in terms of flights. Also, if you have the opportunity to look for the flights at night or in the morning, like really early in the morning, like 3, 4, 5 in the morning, you are going to have the best deals. So that is the recommendations for the flights. Now let's go to accommodation. If you want to go to another country, the first thing that you need to look for is accommodation, where you are going to stay, and needs to be like really near to the places you want to visit. So my suggestion in this point is like if you are going to travel on a budget, you need to be in a hostel. Hostel are the best options if you want to travel on a budget because they are really cheap. Almost all of them, they are in the tourist part of the city, and they are really cheap. They are really cheap. Like just look for hostels, like, and check the recommendations in order to have the best experience, and that way you are not going to have a really bad experience in that. There are some apps that you can use to search hostels. The one that I use is Hostel World. It's really, really amazing because you have there all the available hostels in the city that you are going to visit. And also, if you have some good luck, you can use Airbnb. That way you can obtain really good deals in Airbnb. What are the difference between Airbnb and hostels? In hostels, you are going to be able to know a lot of people from all over the world, but they have shared rooms, so you need to share with a lot of people. If you are a woman, the suggestion is that there are in the hostels some shared rooms, but only for females. So you can you can book one of those. But if you are going to be in Airbnb, the advantages are that you are going to have your own bathroom, you are going to have your own bed, everything. So check just your budget in order to select. The cheapest one is hostel. Also, one thing that you can do if you want to save some money, you need to check if in the hostel there are some free breakfast. A lot of hostels, like really near the center or really near where you're going, they offer the breakfast for free. So try to look for the breakfast, and when you are on with the breakfast, like commonly there are some sandwiches and all that stuff. If you don't want to spend a lot of money like in food, try to grab 2 or 3 more for eating. So that is one advice. And also, if you are in a hostel and you are a little bit afraid about your stuff, about your things and your baggage, then put all your stuff, put all your things in a locker, and also have a padlock, and that way you can secure all your stuff while you are staying in a hostel. So those are the recommendations for the accommodation. Good. So about the transport is going to be a little bit complicated because you need to find a way how to get to some places. You need to decide in your planning where you want to go, but from there you need to be careful. Well, you need to search if it's better to go to that place by bus, by train, by plane, or also by Uber. For example, in my experience, I've been 2 days in Rio de Janeiro, and here it's better to use Uber because the public transportation it's a little bit expensive. That is the point of view of some strangers. You don't have train. By plane, also it's a little bit expensive, and Uber it's cheaper than the normal taxis. So, depend on the place that you are going to go. You need to decide, and you need to do a research about what is the best transportation option in order to spend less in your flight. So, I am going to give you some real recommendations. Like these are pointed recommendations that you can use in your next trip or in your next yes, in your next trip. So the first one is if you are going to travel and you want to travel only for tourist reasons, try just to have the cabin baggage. That is the best way for traveling because right now it costs a lot to have documented baggage. So the thing that you can do here is like in the cabin baggage, you can have uh, hand baggage. I'm not sure what's the name in English. Equipaje de mano. And also you have a small one. So try to fit all your stuff in those baggage. That is the best thing that you can do, and you are going to save money. Also, if you are a fit person and you like to train and you are going to spend a little bit of time in one city, don't go to the gyms like you have, like they established. Try to train in the gym parks. There are some places that have some calisthenic tools, you know. So there you can train a lot and without spending money. Also, another way for traveling in a low budget is like you can go as a volunteer. There are some pages that you can contact with some person, and then you can arrange one meeting, or you can do you can arrange a volunteer. That way is the way I'm here. That was the reason I'm here. So the pages are Workaway and World Packers. Those are the most recommended if you want to do a volunteer. The other one, try to ask for with the locals. Try to ask for information of the cheap markets. There are in all the places that you are going to visit. There are a lot of markets that are really expensive if you are in a tourist zone. But if you move like some blocks away from there, you are going to have like cheaper prices. So try to ask for information from the locals about where is the best place to buy some food. Also, if talking about the food, the things that you can do is you can cook at your hostel or your Airbnb. Almost all the hostels have a little kitchen that you can use. Also, they have like a locker with a lot of things that past travelers left some food, so you can grab anything from there. If you have look, you can like cook from something from there. So, or if you are read an Airbnb, the thing that you can do is to have to bring the food from the supermarket to your Airbnb and try to cook there. So this is to have a low cost. Um, Another one, avoid tourist traps. A tourist trap is something that it's full of people that only go for the tourists. Like if you go to Paris and if you go to the Eiffel Tower, there are a lot of people that tell you, "Come on, I'm going to show you the Eiffel Tower and all the stuff," and they overcharge something because that is their work. So try to avoid those tourist traps. Try to ask for information if you are in a hostel or if you are in an Airbnb. Try to ask the at the front desk what are the best places and how can you get there in order to not to lose money. Another one, if you want to go on a tour, and if you like tours, the thing that you can do is go on a free tour. I haven't seen this in Brazil, like I don't know, but at least in Europe there are a lot of places that you can go on a free tour. This free tour, it's not free because you need to pay a little bit as a help for the person who's guiding you in the tourist city. So, but this is better than going in a prepaid tour that is going to cost you like 100 or 1,000 of reais. Another one, don't buy souvenirs. The souvenirs are really good, but they cost a lot. And if you are traveling on a low budget, sometimes if you buy something, it's going to cost you a lot. So my recommendation, if you are going to buy, if you need to buy some souvenirs, try to ask for the locals where you can buy some souvenirs. Maybe there are some markets or there are some places where you can buy souvenirs and they are really really cheap. So don't buy souvenirs in the first store that you see. Uh, Try to travel in non-tourist seasons. This is a really good advice because for example, right now in Brazil is winter, so it's a good. Right now, it's a good time to come to Brazil because there are no tourists. Well, there are not a lot, and the prices are cheap. But if you came here in Brazil in summer, everything is gonna cost like more. So try to go in non tourist seasons because that way you are going to spend less money. Also, if you're going to say, I told you like when I was talking about flights, but if you are going to search for flights or accommodation, the thing that you can do is like change your VPN when you are going to look for something. So there are some apps and there are some programs in on the computer that change your VPN. Like if you were in another country, in and well, you can search that place like if you were in that country. Sometimes it's cheaper. Uh, Also, this is really important. Sometimes there are cheap flights, but for example, there are some cheap flights to Ireland or to Denmark or to Norway, but the place there is really, really expensive. So the thing that you need to do is to check first your accommodation if you can afford that travel. And after the accommodation, you are going to search for flights. So first you need to look for accommodation and after the flights. Okay. Also, another tip: try to buy a SIM card of the local country because if you want to be connected or if you are a digital nomad, that is going to help you a lot because you are not going to have problems with companies or problems with your roaming that you are going to have on your phone. And also, this is one tip that saved my life lots and lots of times. Uh, Try to download the offline maps. I am not sure if you use Waze or if you use Google Maps, but try to download the offline maps. They are the best thing that you can do. You can like download just a little square of the city and just you are going to have the streets and you are going to have the places and you are going to have like your location in the exact moment so then you can guide through the city. That is one really good advice if you don't have internet in that city. So those are my tips. As I told you, the first thing only to do a resume. The first thing that you need to decide where to go, you need to search for the flights, you need to check the accommodation, and you need to check the transport. And also, all the recommendations I give it to you, they are going to be really really useful if you want to travel on a budget. Okay. So I am sure if you have some questions here. Let me see. Um, I think no. So everything is clear. Perfect. So let's see. Also, another thing. I have a PDF. I'm going to give it to the girls here at Talkers. So if you want, that is one PDF that has all the points that I talked to you. Like this is my guide, and here it's like the points like really brief about why what I talked to you. So if you want it, I'm going to pass this PDF to the girls here at Talkers, and you can ask for it. Good. So I think there's no questions. There is no questions. So okay, just let's see. Let's see if someone has one question. Looks like an online class. No one's talking.
Pede para eles entrarem em contato com a escola se eles quiserem saber mais informações. Isso eles pedem. You can say bye.
Okay. So, if you want to know more information about traveling, about studying English, French, Italian, Spanish, or even Portuguese, if you're a foreigner and you want to study Portuguese, I think you can come. So, if you want any more information, you can come here at the front desk talkers, or you can send one message to the Instagram, and the girls that are really charming, friendly, and super cool, they are going to help you in the process. So, really thank you for being here in this workshop. I hope it helped a little bit, and see you in another life. Have a good night.
Yeah.
Boa noite.
Yeah.
Boa